What is going on, everybody? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another video for you all. And today, guys, we got to talk about Pi Network that will be launching in 72 hours. Now, remember, as always, never financial advice, just putting you guys on the plays that I'm in. If you're new around here, smash that like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Comment down below and let me know if you have been mining Pi tokens or Pi coins over the last few years, because I think this is going to be the biggest and most anticipated launch of 2025. So I'm going to talk about a game plan, what I'm planning to do personally, and where I think this coin could go on launch day and even after. Now, Pi Network, I don't want to go into the details on what the token really is, but I want to talk about specifically what's going to happen this week. On February 20th at 8 a.m. UTC, Open Network will launch at 8 a.m. With millions of KYC verified pioneers and thriving utilities driven ecosystem, Open Network expands available opportunities, which allows pioneers to connect Pi with external systems for use in real-world applications like never before. It's very strategic how the Pi team and the Pi core team themselves decided to launch this coin at this very moment. Congratulations to the community for the collective efforts of work over the last 6 years that has led us to this moment. Go to the Pi mining app to read the official Open Network announcement for more details. So for those of you that are just trying to figure out when is this token launching, it is going to be launching on February 20th, 2025. There are two major exchanges that are going to be launching Pi token on launch day. One being, for most of you that are, it's very notable, is OKX, one of the biggest crypto exchanges by volume, one of the top three, and also another top three exchange that will be listing Pi token on day one as well is going to be Bybit. So with that being said, right now we're yet to hear anything from Coinbase or Binance's teams about listing Pi Network, because it does have a little bit of a controversial type of background. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, is all the details about where I think this token can go and where it's at technically right now with their IOUs that they have in place. But we're going to go ahead and dive in and look at all those things. But before I do so, remember there's a link down below for Blowfin, one of my personal favorite exchanges where you can set limit sells and buy orders. There is a link down below. They've extended their $100,000 deposit and trade rewards through the end of the month. So instead of February 3rd, you have another yet week or so to get it part of this Pi, no pun intended. So OKX to list Pi Network for spot trading. So listing timeline, Pi deposits will go live on February 12th. So that was 5 days ago now. And Pi call auction will take place at 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. UTC on the 20th of launch day. And then 8 a.m. UTC, the spot trading will go live. And I'm expecting some significant volume because Pi Network and Pi Coin, Pi Token, the entire ecosystem probably has one of the biggest and strongest communities in all of the crypto industry. And then they're going to they're going to start offering Pi withdrawals open at 6 a.m. UTC on February 14th, 2025. I think maybe that was a little bit of an error because withdrawals should probably start happening a lot further out than deposits, but it looks like they started deposits on the 12th and then again the withdrawals on the 14th. So rules for trade open. For those of you that don't know yet, no market orders are allowed. Each limit order must exceed $10,000 in value. This is for both for Bybit and OKX. Each user's maximum net position must not exceed $10,000 in value. These restrictions will be lifted after the first 5 minutes of trading because there's going to be some significant whale activity because people have been mining and collecting Pi tokens from their network over the last few years. I've heard about this token since 2019, 2020. A friend of mine, or a cousin I should say, told me, Ahmed, you should really start considering looking into Pi Network and start mining it up until their launch, which might be a few years out, which now in 2025, it's finally time. So the overall cryptocurrency market is looking good. And I think the timing of this launch is actually quite exceptional as we are entering the 2025 bull run, giving it all of this year from February 20th all the way through the end of the year and even going into Q1 of 2026. We're expecting significant liquidity to come into the market. And Pi Network having one of the biggest, if not the biggest, community aspect to their coin, maybe even bigger than Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. I think there's going to be a lot of excitement and there's going to be a frenzy on the 20th itself. So some things to know. So this here is actually something that I'm collecting from beingcrypto.com. They posted this really good article, and I think everyone should kind of understand it for the tokenomics to understand breakdown of how things are actually looking. The total supply of Pi is capped at 100 billion tokens and allocated as follows. 65% will go to the mining rewards. People who have been mining all this time, and maybe the ones that are going to be mining in the future, like mobile, referral, and running nodes, ecosystem building, 10%, around 10 billion pies. Pi are set aside to support community initiatives, development of decentralized applications, and other ecosystem enhancing projects. And liquidity pool, 5% will go to the LP, which is going to be probably millions and millions, if not even tens or hundreds of millions of dollars that is going to be allocated at launch time. And then the core team, the people who have developed the network and have been working tirelessly for the last 6 years, are going to be given 20%, which is 20 billion pi to the core team as compensation for their development efforts, which is quite common, right? You see these very big developers, but the most important thing that we need to look at is that allocation is subject to a vesting schedule aligned with the distribution to the community. I can talk about that on a different video, but based off what I saw in my initial research, it looks like the vesting schedule for Pi coin or Pi tokens that are going to be given and airdropped to all holders, from all the different categories, including the developers. The developer specifically will have a pretty significant type of vesting schedule. So make sure you keep that on the back of your mind as I go through the video. So as Pi Network approaches its mainnet launch, the Pi core team has not publicly disclosed the exact number of tokens that will be unlocked at that time, which I think we need to keep an eye out. As of December 2024, approximately 562 million Pi coins have been unlocked and are currently in circulation. And I mentioned earlier in the video about these IOUs. Notably, a significant number of pioneers, users who mine Pi using the mobile app, have chosen not to lock up their tokens for extended periods. Many are even opting for a 3-year lockup, which is insane because these people are looking at it as a very long-term hold or long-term cryptocurrency. So Pi Network initially was accused of a data leak, and there was issues with China. And you guys probably know these things as community members. Pi was involved in China's largest pyramid scheme. And again, it's kind of had a little bit of backlash, and that's why maybe we're seeing things like Binance and Coinbase not listed on launch. But OKX, which is really big in Asia, and I'm talking both in South Korea, in Japan, in the UAE, all the different areas, West Asia, East Asia, Central Asia, and even China, you have people using OKX. So Pi Network is amongst the top 5 cryptocurrencies in terms of popularity. And you can see that based off all the different rankings on this list here, even without a mainnet launch and continuous delays, Pi Network is currently the 5th most followed crypto project on X, period. The project currently has 3.7 million followers, and we can even verify that over on X today. If you go to Pi Network, they have 3.7 million followers, guys, which is nothing to look down upon. And it's actually something to more so embrace. And you can see way more than MetaMask, Binance, just below Bitwise and up. So PiCoin launch, and this is what you guys all probably care about. Pi Network's OTC price is $2 per Pi coin or token. This represents the peer-to-peer transactions where users trade Pi informally without exchange listings. So trade a new, and you can see here, the IOU's price is around $64, and that's going to be upon their launch, and liquidity pools being added for their main net launch on the 20th of February. So this is based off speculative prices, exchanges like Huobi, HTX, where traders anticipate futures price before Pi becomes tradable. Most importantly, Pi has over 45 million members, engaged users, making it one of the largest crypto communities, and social media activity and search trends indicate strong retail interest. And that's where I'm going to kind of base things off of. One of the metrics I look at is viewership on this platform, YouTube. So depending on how things go with this video, I really want to be more involved with the community, and let me know down below if you are a Pi token holder and if you've been anticipating this launch for many years, months, days, and even hours. Regardless, I want to know how long you've been involved, if you've been mining, and what you're expecting for payout on launch day. Currently, a large percentage of Pi is locked due to voluntary lockup periods set by users. Given these factors, Ben in Crypto analysts predict PiCoin to trade between $30 to $50. And I'm seeing things like $500 if Binance and Bybit potentially list it on these different websites. The Pi Network main launch on February 20th, and major exchanges like OKX and BitGet, I said Bybit, I meant BitGet, announcing listings have upped the optimism among pioneers. So the $100 mark is expected to be crossed potentially even on launch day. And if we see things like Binance and Bybit that have significant liquidity waiting there, we could potentially see it go above $300, $400, $500. It all comes down to the demand. So guys, I appreciate your support as always. I'm very excited to see what happens here with Pi Network's launch. Make sure you guys are staying tuned. I'll try to keep you informed as much as possible, but that's all I had. And until next time, as always, keep investing. Peace.